Well, that was fun. The timing sucked. Now we're trying it again. Okay. So where we last left off of our intrepid hero, we were trying to work on this little guy. And I decided, while I was trying to help my housemate, that it was time for me to not use the SMD tip because it is too fine. It does in fact blow my mind, and I would very much like a different tip that does not have this problem. So we're going to go back to the horseshoe tip because we know that that one tends to work. And we're going to go and try to resolder all of this. Alright, I know that this up here is ground. So this is typically ground, typically. Clip off the end of that, and we're going to try that all over again. That can be longer. About there, probably, yeah. Frustrating. It's fine, it's just still frustrating. Oh, I don't have my phone down here. My phone is upstairs. So, no music for me either today. Okay, sure, why not? We'll just do it like that. Exceedingly well planned. That's what this whole stream is. Extremely well planned. Certainly not something that I'm just doing because I can today. Definitely not that. Nope. Okay. I have a multimeter around here somewhere, don't I? Don't I? Let's try. There it is. And as we all know, that is definitely ground, so it becomes pretty easy to actually wire that in. This poor thing is so sticky from all of the work that I did on it earlier with all of that SMD stuff. It's so sticky. The whole plate is sticky now. Oh, it's disgusting. And that's that. We could actually do that differently, but no need. Alright, which one is 5 volt positive? Because if I remember correctly, that's on the outside. So, should just be a matter of finding what connects to this outside, which is probably going to be that one. So we'll try that. Oh, don't do this to me, multimeter. No! It doesn't want to start now. What? Oh, my multimeter died. Of course it did. Ah, darn it. Of course my multimeter decided to die right at that exact moment. Well, then you know what happens. We get the other multimeter. I bet it's the battery. Unfortunately, I don't know this multimeter as well, so I'm going to look like a complete idiot trying to actually get it to do stuff. And for all I know, it's also dead. Okay, how do I turn this stupid thing on again? Probably the big red power switch. I don't know, maybe that's a clue or something. these probes are terrible. Oh, those are awful feeling. Oh, those are terrible feeling probes. You can definitely tell that that is cheap. That's the cheap stuff right there. Okay, mode. Let's see here. No, that's actually closer. That looks right. Do you not beep? I want you to beep. There we go. Okay. We're fine. We're fine. It's all fine now. How are you? Yeah, so that's definitely the outer one there. Okay. That thing is heavy. Jeez. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the other multimeter. I think the batteries are just dead. And if that's the case, I could probably just recharge them. If the whole thing is dead, I will be very sad, but it's not like I don't have another meter. I don't like how that went. Let's try a different technique. Let's angle that down so I have some more pressure. And then... yeah, okay. I have to be careful with these because they will actually just melt the wire, melt the plastic insulator. Oh, this isn't even an old meter. I'm just talking about this newfangled, fancy, rechargeable nonsense compared to my trusty old X-Tac, which is comparatively diminutive in size. Okay, what's the next wire that we're going to do? There is a D positive and a D negative. D negative is next to 5 volts. D positive is right in the middle. We'll do D positive first, because I'm a pessimist and I want to do negative last. Yeah, you're still beeping. Middle. Yeah, okay, so that's definitely... that's D positive, and then that should be D negative. Okay, so positive, negative. They interleave them, apparently. All right, so we have a green and a blue. And let's make sure that I get those right, because if I get them backwards, I will be upset. D positive is the middle. It should be this one. It is. Okay, so let's use the green one for D positive. There we go. And we'll use that same little technique as we did before, where I'm just gonna do this on the side, and then also, not that one, this one, and then use this to kind of position it downwards. Can you tell I've made lots of USB cables in my time? Because if you want your cable routing inside of a printer to look really nice, you might as well just make your own USB cables. Okay, there we go. There's our green, and now our blue. Doesn't feel like enough solder. Let's try that again. There we go. That feels better. Well, this one only has one choice left, so hopefully I'm not going to get it wrong. Of course, I might also bridge connections, and that would suck, but you never know. All right. Do that. Grab it by the neck. And then we test to make sure that nothing is actually cross-wired. Because that looks cross-wired to me. Oh, man. Yep, that looks cross-wired to me. Let's try that again. Maybe we'll try it freehand. Oh, no, I see what the problem is. There's two fibers that aren't part of the rest of it. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that doesn't have enough solder on it on that side. Let's see if I can just fix that. How's that now? That's better looking. Yeah, that's a lot better looking. Okay. Okay, let's try it again. It's always an adventure with this. Okay. That looks a lot better. There is possibly some crossover there, but I don't think so. All right, let's test that. Do we saw beeps? We saw the beeps. It's a latching beep. Nothing there. Nothing there. Nothing there. Let's test each one. Okay, that one, that's ID. That always goes to the shroud. So that's two of them. This one should be D positive. This should be D negative. Perfect. Okay, cool. That's one side. Now comes the fun part. We have to do the other side. First of all, they're not going to be straight. Hilarious. What was that? That dropped? Was that a piece of... That looks like that was, in fact, a piece of heat shrink tubing. Okay, I had the USB-C port around here somewhere, and now I don't know what I did with it. Bueller? Oh, no, nope. Not there either. Do I just need to get another one out of the box because I just lost that one? That's so typical. That's typical of me. It's often an adventure somewhere in the shop. Okay, well, I have a box right here, so let's just dig out another port. That one's too nice. We're not going to use that one. Come back here. Wait, how about... Nope. You're the wrong kind. Come back here. There we go. All right. Conveniently, these are actually marked. So we actually don't have to work so hard to get everything connected on these. Okay. And now it starts making me wonder if I should put these on, if I should start using the SMT one, because this one is really frickin' tiny. Okay, there's that. And thankfully, because everything is just encoded correct, just color coded, it becomes much easier to actually do the soldering for this. The trick is to make your connectors really stubby. And I'm not saying that these are good connectors at all. They are awful, absolutely terrible connectors. Who's talking to me? I don't have my phone down here. Okay, she is assembling a list for dinner. Oh, she actually is going to go and try to do that for me. That's nice of her. I'm a little bit nervous because it is, oh god, temperature outside. But if she feels up to it, and it is just down the block, should be okay. Come on. Come on. Just like this, one step at a time. These tiny little stupid connectors. There we go. That's one. Oh, I found the other one. It was right here the entire time. Of course, it was right in front of my face. Why wouldn't it just be right in front of my face? That's silly. Okay, well. Next one is D positive, which is green, so we're going to do that one. These are not official colors, by the way, if anyone bothers to ask. These are colors that I'm choosing because they are the colors I have, and I am recycling wire from the switch wire. Come on. This is actually surprisingly easier compared to the last time that I did this, because the last time I didn't have a microscope. I was doing this with just my old ass eyeballs. And it was a challenge, I'll tell you that. Okay. Then we need D negative, which we decided was going to be blue. So use these two to hold the cables from getting snagged. There we go. Oh, so tiny. Tiny parts. Tiny parts. Tiny parts. This is where it gets really tricky for this because it's just, they're so close together, and you can see the size of my finger there. That's the size that we're working with. These things are very, very small. Now, this is not going to get you like a really fast USB-C connection. This is a downgrade cable. You're going to get USB 1.1 out of this. But in a lot of applications, that actually works just fine. You don't need more than that. So you usually can get away with it. All right. And then we have positive, which we're going to do last. And then we'll run this through the USB cable checker. My cheap ass USB cable checker that runs off of a coin cell. I'm pretty spot on with the colors. Just replace blue with white. Yeah, and I could have done white instead. There was a white line in there, but boo, no. Let's have more pretty colors. The USB-C cable color standard emasculated me. That's somebody's complaint, isn't it? That's somebody's thing. There we go. Ba-doom, bada-boom, bada-bing. Okay. In theory, that means we should have all of these all done. If we can turn the soldering iron off. Okay, let's switch from the microscope over to just the bench cam. Hopefully that doesn't cause the OBS to crash, because sometimes it does. And I'll just move that out of here. Okay. So we have our very ill-advised USB-C cable. And now we're going to check it with our equally ill-advised USB cable checker. So this is going to be a USB 1, so we're not really going to get much out of it. And then we need to try a USB. Oh, that's fun. Oh. No. Oh dear, I don't think I have a way of actually connecting this to anything, because I don't have... Well, actually, do I have a USB-C cable floating around in here? I do. Imagine that. Okay, well, what we can do then is we'll first check this line. I suppose I could have made a adapter. I could have still bought an adapter. Okay, so there you go. That shows you exactly what is connected. That looks like a perfectly normal USB-C line. Note the middle lines here. Watch what happens. Flip. On the other side. So that's perfectly normal behavior. Okay. Now, since this is a port, and this is connected to USB 1, and we get nothing. Wait, I think I have that backwards. I think I have to go this way. Yep. Looks like a normal USB cable to me. All looks connected and looks fine. So electrically, it should be okay. Cool. Let's take that and put that away. And this does not look very pretty. We should make this pretty. So first of all, let's put this half inside of a shroud, if it will let me put it inside of a shroud, because it is an awful lot of cable that I'm trying to shove into this little tiny space. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's that clean looking to me or not. It is not gonna let me, I think. Yeah, there's... Can I get that to be a little bit nicer? Or is that just too much cable? I think that's too much cable. Yeah, and that's way too small. Oh, where there's a file, there's a way. Okay. Is your shroud too small? Use the shroud embiggener. Junkyard engineering. That's what this is. And we just keep making that bigger and bigger and bigger until it actually gets all of it in there. That is not quite big enough, and I think I know why. The problem is that there are 4 conductors here, and the optimal stacking size is going to be more squarish than roundish. So, not that file. Not that file. Come on, I know there's one in here. Unless if it ran away. Are you telling me you ran away? Wait, no. No, that's a triangle file. Okay, I thought I had a square file. Where is the square file? Is it still hiding in here, perhaps? In with the rest of my tools? Because I don't see it. Drat. Because that tiny square file would definitely be the... Oh, that is the square file. Drink. Okay. It goes in the square hole. Make the hole square. Shroud embiggener. Shroud embiggener is going to be the name of my new doomcore band. Yeah, man, I played for Shroud embiggener at the Square. Shroud embiggener. Yeah, that is still not quite there. It almost is. Looks like I still have plenty of plastic left, so I think I'm going to just keep going at it until it fits. Cue every Trina snickering at me right now for that double entendre. Shroud embiggener. I bet Shroud embiggener opens for Sun. Okay, this one is actually definitely not wide enough, so we're going to widen that quite a bit. It's crooked on that side, which does not surprise me. How are we doing now? Also, is something interfering with getting these two parts together, or is that just me? No, that's fine. Okay, we have a tiny little square hole now. And a lot of not very good for you ABS plastic dust. Whee! And that would matter if I lived in a country that actually cared about the health care of its citizens. But it doesn't. Try to be a little bit more... Okay, you two just want to be... Okay, I need you to be nicer. You two should go down there, and then you two need to be over there. Don't make me pull the microscope out again, because I will. There we go. There. It fits. Okay, let's clean this mess up. Do I still have any isopropanol up here, or do I have to go and get the big bottle? Because I don't have any microfiber cloths up here either. I don't find it. It's not up here. Okay, well, we'll just brush it under and hope that it works fine. There. And now that we have that side, you might wonder, how the heck are we going to do the rest of this? Well, this is where we are going to get to stage 2 of this madness. We actually don't need the USB testing supplies anymore, so we can grab virtually everything else on the bench with regards to that and toss it back into, there it is, into the box. And we have to get a different box now. Okay, that's the USB cable making box. We need the box that has this one. And where did I put the other one? Is it still out? It wouldn't surprise me if I left that out. I think I did, and I think it was behind me the entire time. Let me see. No, that's more wire. Okay, where did I put that? Where are you? Audio, Bluetooth. I see cables. Cable sleeves. There's a keyboard on it. That was throwing me off. Okay. 2 more boxes. One has cable sleeve. The other one has heat shrink tubing. You can see where I'm going with this. This is the same method that I used to make all of those other cables I made for the printers. So we know that it should probably work. They've got to want to attach. You can't just bake them. You'll attach and you'll like it. Hi, Chad. Okay. So we cut off 2 sections of heat shrink tubing. This is marine grade tubing that is got adhesive on the inside, so it seals pretty darn well once you actually have it all together. Actually, one of those pieces looks too small now that I think about my strategy a little bit more. So we're going to do that again. I'm going to just take one of these pieces, this one, put it away, and I'm going to go and cut a longer one, and you'll see why in a second, because it will make a lot more sense then. Okay, that's enough of that. All right, now the cable sleeve. Let's see here. Oh, I do have thinner cable sleeve. Perfect. Can I find the end of that cable sleeve? Okay, cable sleeve. So we want it roughly from the end here, and we're just going to keep on going all the way until we get to about here. So we'll clip that off. And this cable sleeve can go back in its box with all the other cable sleeve. Back in there. There we go. And then comes the fun part, which is actually getting the cable in there. Which script are you editing, Jen? Is it the God Thing script? Ah, no. No. We don't want that. Now comes the most boring part of making cables, which is getting all of this nonsense over the damn wires. It always takes forever. I think the trick I found was to use a spudger, and I could use the thicker sleeve, and that is actually easier, but it also is a pain in the butt because it's just so chunky by comparison. No, we don't want that. Right. I remember now. One trick was to try to do this one cable at a time. Oh no. Oh, it's a disaster already. Shoot. Oh no. Okay, we'll redo it. All of that moving around has gotten all of the cables all wrapped up around each other and confused. Oh, neat. Oh, I don't want to start from that end. I want to start from the USB-C end, because the USB-C end is the end where I can be quite a bit more close to the end here. I might need to do this standing up, because doing it on the desk might actually introduce other problems. Oh. Yeah, this is always the hard part. Struggling with the cables to actually get them inside the sleeve is the worst part of this whole process. When it was short cables, it's actually relatively easy, but when it's these long suckers, it is just a pain in the butt. They like wrapping all over the place. They get caught on everything. It's so frustrating. And every time it just ends up being this kinked up mess at the bottom. This is the most frustrating part of this process, which is just making these sleeves. For 3D printers, it's actually pretty easy because usually the runs are not nearly this long. So it doesn't take that long to actually like slip all the sleeves around each other to get it to seat correctly, and you don't have to work so hard at it. Usually it's only a few minutes of annoyance, but when you're doing it like this, it takes a long time and it's a real big pain. Sometimes you can get away with doing it like that for short runs. Oh no. Oh, that's all wrapped around there. What's going on? Come on. If it wasn't Twisted Pair before, it's definitely Twisted Pair now. Why isn't Twisted Pair, ever a band name? Missed opportunity, I'm telling you. Unfortunately, one of these cables is slightly longer than the others, so it's being a punk. Darn it. I don't know what that was that hit the floor. It was a pair of tweezers, okay. And someone's messaging me. Okay, well, it'll be fine. We'll figure it out. Okay. Oh, that green cable is just gonna be such a pain in the butt because it's all long and this entire stretch is just such a fiasco. Come on. Come on. Okay. All right, let's see if I can go and pull the green cable back a little bit. Try to normalize that a little bit by getting that little kink to be just a lot less tight. Let's keep going back, tugging it a little bit, tugging it a little bit, tugging it a little bit. Just keep going, tugging it a little bit, a little bit, a little bit, and eventually, it's more or less invisible, and you don't need to really worry about it anymore. Okay. So now we just need to make sure that this is overwrapped properly, because you can see that there's a little bit of a gap there. Wait, there was actually a Twisted Pair webcomic? You need to tell me about this. Tell me about this. I need to know. Tell me the deep lore. Okay. It's a pity that it didn't exist then. It certainly does sound like a 90s era webcomic, doesn't it? Come on. For short runs, this overwrap, this split sleeving is great, but for long runs, it is just a pain. Just a pain. No, 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 don't go back. Don't go backwards. I need you to not do that. Come on, come on. We're almost at the end. Almost. It gets really rough around here because there's just so much that's not wanting to stick in there. And usually when this happens, it means that this other side is under wrapped. We need to shove the cables into it, and then shove this one over it. It's so tricky. And then we reintroduced that cable kink here again, so we have to go back and see if I can dig a little bit more length out of that. Okay. Almost there. I think we got it. Yeah, okay. Now another technique that I could have probably used is I could have put little sections of heat shrink over it, over the raw cables, so that it would actually enwrap the whole thing. And that way we wouldn't really have this problem. Okay, what is going on here with this end? This end looks weird. No, that's all in my head? Okay, okay. That's fine then. Go over the cable once more, make sure that everything looks like it's wrapped properly. And I think it is as much as it's gonna. Alright. Put one of these all the way down here, and one of these up here. And then I get to decide if I want to use a longer piece here again, and I think I do, because that just looks awful the way that is. Oh no, I have to cut another piece of heat shrink tubing. How terrible. I want that one fairly long and substantial, so we'll just cut that. There we go. That is just on the other side of maybe a little too small, but I think it will be okay. And now, to try to get the heat gun out from all of the detritus that has built up all of a sudden. Okay, sure. Alright, let's try going back to the bench. And yes, of course, the microscope decides to stop working again. Because why wouldn't it? Come on. Come on. I need to change the properties of that. Yes, but I know that you cannot actually take that. We need to drop down to 60 frames a second. Okay. All right. How about a little fire, Scarecrow? put that down again because I'm seeing a potential issue here. I'll try to get that straightened out. You can see the adhesive actually coming out of that, which is what we want. I want that to make a nice good seal around that. It'll be sticky because it's like hot glue, but that should be good enough for that side. Okay, and now we can do the other side. What we want to do is get that over molded to here. I really should have made that other piece longer. That was my mistake. Okay, there we go. A little lumpy on this side, but you know, that's fine. It's fine. Well, it's a cable without a few lumps. Okay. And this side should be okay now too. And it's a port. So in theory, we now have our USB-A to USB-C port thingy majig. And I can switch back to just the bench cam. Must not grab the microscope by the lens. It's so tempting, but I need to not do that. There, I finished my coffee right before 4 o'clock. Ha! It's still legal. So the idea is that you connect this microphone adapter to the laptop, to the streaming PC, and you connect this end to the microphone, and this end has noise canceling. And I think it has a better volume level. And if I'm wrong, all I've done is wasted some time and some materials that I already had on hand. Problem is, I don't think I can easily reach the streaming PC. We could try it. I have to move the whole... There goes all my ducks. My ducks. No. If there's a loud explosion and the stream suddenly goes offline, you'll know exactly what happened. Avenge my death. Okay, I think I found a port. Okay. And I think... Oh man, if this works, I'm just gonna laugh my butt off because this is so silly. This is ridiculous. But we have a little blue light. Does that mean that Linux is actually seeing another device? Yes, it does. Okay, well, that's hilarious. There, we have made a cursed USB-C cable. I did not expect that to work, but it does, so okay. Now I can see if putting the microphone on this sounds any better. We won't do that right now, though, because we're actually live, and I don't want to do that while we're live. Okay, do I want to keep doing stuff, or do I want to hang up and keep going? That's so stupid. That's so stupid that this worked. I mean, there's no reason why it shouldn't, because it is, you know, just USB. It is just a regular USB 1.1 connection, which it only needs 4 lines. So as long as that works, you should get a perfectly good connection through it. Now, the problem then becomes, will this introduce any noise because this is an audio device? Yes and no. USB has a D plus and a D minus. They have a twisted pair configuration. And the reason why they have that is because one signal is the positive side of the signal, and then it mirrors the signal in negative on the reverse. And by comparing the two, you can actually get ones and zeros out of that. So it's pretty clever, and you usually don't need as much shielding then. So this is probably the longest cable I've probably ever made, and we'll see if it does in fact work, because if it does work, then I might be able to use my wireless microphone, which would be awfully nice, because I think I sound slightly better in it than I do the other one. But in the meantime, that's hilarious that worked at all. Do we want to work on this nonsense? We were trying to pin these cables, and they were just driving me nuts. And I actually ran out of JST pins, but after the stream, I dug around, I found more JST pins. So we could probably try that. Now to USB-A to SCSI. Get off of my stream. USB-A to SCSI. Although there is actually that mod that's going around about doing SCSI to VGA. I'm not kidding. It's a thing. It's a thing that people are doing now. Nope. Wow, I just have no luck with this. Not having any luck at all with that one, and I don't understand why. So frustrating. What if I did this differently? What if I set up the wire, starring Gene Hackman, over here so that it's just on the OmniFixo, and we start by trying to get there's no way to really determine how long that is. That's the problem with that. Like, I can prep all I want, and I can't really see what I'm doing. And if I try to actually do this under the microscope, it is just a fiasco, because it just doesn't want to give me enough space, enough traction on it, because it's just such a tiny frickin' wire. I have tried to do this one line multiple times, and it has just really drove me nuts. Like, how is it that it is so dang near impossible to get these two to meet up correctly. Yeah. You know, I wonder what would happen if I soldered that end. I just put a blob of solder on the end. You're not supposed to, but I'm very tempted to try it and see if it makes the situation any better. Because I'm running out of ideas on how to get that to behave. There just isn't enough conductor there, really. Also, I don't think I have the proper microscope on here. You're just seeing part of it. Let me switch that back. And of course the microscope disappears, because of course it does. I don't know why it does that. That is so weird and frustrating. Okay, well. Oh, and now the lights are not on the right subject. Ah, finally. Okay, so we're going to add some solder to it. That's going to be our new trick. Our new trick is to add a little bit of solder to the end of these lines, because these are 30 gauge. They're very, very, very small. Life-sized sound enhancer, 8-bit mono audio from your parallel port. I haven't heard of that one going around the retro circles. Okay. No, no, nope. Ah, so much better. Look at that. So much better. No. Oh no, it came off. No. Oh no. I thought I had it. I thought I had it so much. It was before Sound Blaster made sound on computers cheap. A lot of Disney games offered it under the name Disney Sound Source. Only reason I remember it is because I was considering it for my 486. Huh. Alright, we try again. It's a good thing I found a big pack of these tiny little pins. How'd we do? I think that might be okay. Yeah, that's pretty solid. Okay. Okay, cool. And that needs to go into, if I remember correctly, this one here, which is 5 volts ground and then the data line. So orientation is this way, and here's 5 volts. Are you going to go all the way in, or are you going to stop halfway through and be a jerk? Where's my really tiny... There we go. Okay. So 5 volts, ground. Gentle tugging, making sure that it's stuck in the housing. Looks like it is. And then data. I'll put the barb down as usual. There we go. Okay. Now it's just a matter of routing this around. Let's turn the soldering iron off. Can't help but think that this would be far easier if I actually removed the whole thing from the whole PCB from this hot end shroud first. Here we go. Okay. Now the fun of cable routing. Half tempted to put a piece of Captain tape over this. Just to keep part of the wires from wandering away. It's not a terrible idea, I guess. Think that's got it? I think that will do. Yeah, you're gonna spring up as soon as I let go. Okay. Yeah, okay. I think I'm gonna have to put a piece of Captain tape over that just to keep all of those wires from just flopping all over the place, because you don't want these to get pinched, and you don't want yeah, Yeah, okay. Let's get some Captain tape. Should be good enough for what we need it to be. Can always put a bigger piece over it. Maybe I will. Yeah, that'll do. All it has to do is hold it down, because eventually what will happen is that it will get squished inside of the enclosure against the rest of the hot end, and then it should actually seat fairly well. You can see the rest of the hot end. There's these pins. Get them aligned, and yeah, there you go. That is fairly good. Okay, you can't see a dang thing because they're all, yeah. There you go. That should be okay, I think. Yeah, I think that should be fine. Okay, so in theory, we do have the front part of this hot end finished, which means the next thing we'd have to worry about is, let's see here. There's a pH connector for, is that a pH? I don't think that's a pH connector. That looks like an XH. This looks like a pH connector. What's that for? Oh, that's for the chamber thermistor. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm going to be using that. This one looks like an XH, and this ABL looks like a pH. I could be wrong about that. These are all the XH connectors. Am I wrong about that? Let's find out. Yeah, these are XH connectors, and that one fits in there just fine. So my guess is that the same one is also going to be used for the motor connector, because the motor connector here on the back is not a pH. It's an XH. So we have to repin the motor controller. Ain't that just fun? Alright, that's fine. I want to get the, so I have one remaining pH. Let's put that back in its little bag so it can hide. I certainly want to hide right now. Okay, so the way that I usually do this is I'll just clip off the ends of these so I have a color reference, and then we'll just repin it more or less the same. That should be enough, right there. Yep, that's enough. I can still see what I'm doing. And then we have to start repinning all of these, only with XH connectors, and those are Also finicky as heck, but also not nearly as finicky as the pH connectors. What's really a problem, though, is these are PTFE wires, and they're slippery as heck. They love sliding around. Okay. I also have plenty of... Actually, do I even... I have that on here, don't I? I don't want to... So, usually these come on one of these spool thingies. But if you dig around inside of DigiKey, you can get them loose. So you don't have to take them off the spool. And I might as well just take these two strips and put them in here with all the rest of their friends, because I know that these are all XH connectors. Just start pulling out those. You can see that's a lot bigger of a connector, but getting the wire in there is always the fun part. That one turned out pretty well. Seems pretty solid. Okay. And if I'm not mistaken, what we want to do is do it this way, because that's how it should be. This one, so this is the previous board, and this one connected with this aspect, so you can see it go in there. And then I'm going to put that on a clip so I can look at it. This one has the same kind of plug on, shroud is in the way, there we go, here, so you want to pin it in this orientation, which means that red should be this side. So give it a little tug, seems fine. Double check that it looks right too, and that's on that side, and this one is on that side too. So it should be okay. All right. XH connectors are easier. pH connectors, oh man, those are a pain in the butt. They're so tiny. They're so tiny. Look crooked on that side for some reason. Not sure why. Looks fine. Oh, okay. All right. We just need to get the blue wire. Got the blue wire! The blue wire! Just barely, but yes, that should be fine. There we go. PLT connectors, tasty. Okay, looks like green is next. Remember how much I was struggling with that other with these last week, and how comparatively easy these are now? Yeah. That's the difference between going between PH and XH. XH, much easier. People still say they're too dang small, but you have not suffered. Somewhere deep in printer building hell, there's a Cenobite that just makes me put pH connectors on things all day. Trying to be careful to get just the right amount of insulation inside of that wrap. I did pretty well there. I think I need to be a little bit more aggressive, but yes, that's pretty solid now. You definitely don't want the motor connection to not be a solid one here. There we go. All right, that just leaves the yellow wire. The other thing that's actually kind of nice about PTFE wires, because it's so stiff as wire goes, even though it's a stranded core wire, it's actually surprisingly easy to manipulate compared to the looser, floppier silicone wire. The silicone wire is a lot floppier, and that makes it extra difficult to maneuver. So do yourself a favor and don't use silicone wire unless if you have to. Looks right, I think. Okay. There we go. That was pretty darn good. See, wire coming through there. It should have good contact. It's a little bit too aggressive there, but that's okay. It should still make contact, and if it doesn't, then we'll repin it. Come on. Get in there. There we go. All right, there we go. Red, blue, green, yellow. Should be correct. So then we should be able to just route it around all of this nonsense, including the shroud, which is constantly getting in the way. There we go. One motor remounted. That should be pretty good. It does contact the motors, but I think I can try bending that upwards a little bit. I think it should be okay. Yeah, it should be fine. Okay. So that's that. The motor is redone. So that just means now we have to worry about these two. Because you might notice, these are Molex connectors. These two, they ain't Molex. So this one's obviously the hot end, and that's the thermistor for the hot end. So this is another XH, and these are ferrules. The nice thing about ferrules is they're really easy to deal with. Now, here's another thing. I could just clip these off, and I'm going to have to, but these Molex connectors are kind of a pain in the butt. And if I just clip them off, I am going to regret it, because they're actually harder to unpin. Which is why you need this ridiculous $35 tool, which just does this. This is all this tool is. $35 for this nonsense. I've had cheaper plates of grocery store sushi. If you ever had to repin a microfit Molex, it's really weird. You have to get the pin under, notice how it's not in the center of that, and then rotate it, and do it on the other side, and then it should come out. Should. There we go. See? There you go. Let's do that again. So, see that it's on the side of it. Rotate. Oh. I think that one decided just to do it for us. There we go. And we can save that Molex connector for later, because it is still useful. Alright. And this is why I hate these, because they're just these cloth wrapped ones, which makes them really a pain in the butt to deal with. The thermistor is pretty much the same thing. Since I have the tool out, let's just do that too while we're at it. Nope, I just made that worse. Oh, come on. Watch Wench struggle against tiny little connectors. I'm in hell, aren't I? I'm my own Cenobite right now. Your power's flickering, Jen. That's, yeah. Are you getting storms over there? Have you ever considered a Cenobite might be your call? This is hell? Why does it look like a movie theater? Oh, you'll find out. Soon you'll know. You'll know. Hello, Zombie Tato. Oh, this is going to be a pain in the butt. Look at this. Oh, no. There is, like, not enough wire to get to that. See this? There's no way I can get to that. Because I have to cut those ends off. Is there any more cable in that? If I do push it, I can actually get a little bit. Oh, I really don't want to have to splice this, but I might have to. Ah, it's plenty for the hot end, but the thermistor, I'm pushing it. That is as far as I can get that. I'm not sure if there's going to be enough without making a splice. Oh, that sucks. I don't want to do a splice. I might have to, though. All right. Well, let's meditate on that, because the only alternative is going to be be paying Revo enough for another heater core, and I really don't want to do that. These heater cores are a lot of money. They're like $40 each, and I do not want to do that just because this one is not long enough. They're always like this too. The thermistor lines are just way too short on these. Darn it. That's not news I wanted to have. Well, at least I haven't destroyed it yet, so maybe it'll be okay. Also could have been a transformer exploding if it's been overloaded lately. That's not impossible. Ugh, I hate these. I hate these cloth-wrapped, high-temperature sleeves. I hate them. So messy. You two are making me nervous. They certainly gave me a lot of ferrules. I don't need all these. There's 2 different kinds. What? Did you just want to cover all your bases? Is that the deal here, guys? LDO, explain. Oh, you know, I could just push the sleeving back. Just have it all bunched up down there. You can still see the wire through the end. And I need yet another crimping tool for this. No. Ferrules are almost civilized, although the crimping tool looks like, you know, Cthulhu's butthole. Or maybe the Terminator's butthole. I really don't want to splice that thermistor, but I don't think I have a choice. I don't think I'll be able to get it to work otherwise. I think I have to splice it. That's gonna suck. As every one of those splices is just another opportunity for failure. I don't like it. Yeah, that's pretty good. I'll take that. Yeah. If I have to splice these, I'm going to have to do that. There's no good way of doing that. I don't think I have any 2-pin Molex housings that are the sockets. I think I only have the plugs, which means I can't just stick this back in there and then have another Molex. And I'm not sure if I want to because it's right next to the drivetrain. We definitely don't want to do that. So I think I'm going to have to splice it, and I think I'm going to hate every second of having to splice that. It's not that I haven't spliced these things before, it's just that it's a pain in the butt. It's difficult, and it introduces a possible failure into it, and I just don't like it. But I don't know of any other option available to me here. Because when assembled, this can go up here, which I have more than enough cable to get to this for the hot end. But this is already at its maximum, and it's not even inside the housing. And there's no way to really undo that easily. I have to cut it. So I think the only thing I can do is probably to make a splice. I have some silicone wire. I can make a pigtail to go into that XH connector. That one right there. And then heat shrink around it. It's not my favorite thing to do, but it should be okay. Ugh, hate it. I hate it. E3D, why do you do this to me? Why do you do this to me? You didn't have to do this. Almost 5 o'clock. Okay. I don't want to go on too late because I do want to make sure I can help my housemate cook. I want to make sure that I can get nicely staged down, and everyone else is going to be starting their evening soon too, so... Ugh. Wretched. Wretched, wretched, wretched. I hate it. I hate it. You know what I don't hate, though? This microscope's really nice. Actually, I think if you want to see, I think I might have actually spliced this one. This one has the hot end all the way over. But where's the thermistor? There's the thermistor. Okay, not this one. This one actually was not spliced. At least I don't think so. Nope, it was. It was spliced. So you can see just barely in there, there's the original thermistor lines, the original cartridge thermistor. It goes into this piece of heat shrink, and then on the other side, you get white silicone wire. So yeah, I've spliced this one before too. It's worked. It sucks, but it works. I don't know about you, Jed, but I think I've had enough religion for 3 lifetimes already. Put this tool away, put this tool away. The soldering iron is off. Good. Don't want to leave that on. I suppose I should turn the soldering iron on if I am going to finish this. I'm already kind of committed anyways. In case you're wondering, thermistors are not polarized. At least most of the ones that you ever see in a 3D printer are not polarized. They're all non-polarized. Okay. Pretty good. That one might be too long for this. We'll find out. Yeah, I made that wire just a smidge too long, but I think it's holding on to that insulation barely, which should be okay. This should only be subject to vibrational forces, so we shouldn't have to worry too much about it. That's a Molex connector. That's something else. That's another pH connector. I swear that this thing had a little bag of the XH connectors, and I think I've already lost it. Really? Really? That's pH. That's a bunch of screws. This is an empty container. This is also Molex. Okay, so what happened to the little bag that had the XH connectors in it? Someone go back in time and find out what I did with it. Oh. Found it. There it is. And it's a tour. So you just need one of these little guys. And again, you don't need to worry about polarizing them, so you can just stick them in however you like. There you go. Alright, now we do the other one. Where is that piece of wire? I wonder what I will end up watching this evening. Lately, Housemate and I have been rewatching Farscape, because I have a copy of it. But I actually do want to rewatch Event Horizon. I have the anniversary DVD of it. However, I'm not sure if I'm going to get around to doing that. It depends on if she wants to, if she's busy or not tonight. She has friends that she wants to be on a call for. Yeah, that's okay. Well, that'll do. Here we are. I don't know, I just, lately with all of the, a lot of the sci-fi that has been coming out lately has always been very, structuralist. Like, you get your federations and whatnot going on, and it just gets a little tiring after a while, because sometimes you just want to see some criminals do some criminal stuff. And there are very few shows which do that. Yes, Ben Browder and Claudia Black end up on SG1 as well, and that is actually kind of funny. I know that initially I did not like Vala, but on a recent rewatch of all the Stargates, I really came to like Vala. She added a much needed element to that show. It was getting a little stiff and stodgy, and it was kind of nice to have someone who was like, yeah, we're not doing that. That might be too small. We'll see. We'll see. Is that too small for what we need to do? It doesn't look like it, but it might be just a smidge too small. Yeah, that's really, really tight. I think I'll go one size bigger. One size bigger. Yeah, that should do. Yeah, okay. There we go. Okay. And I know some people really prefer having more utopias, especially if you're more of a Star Trek kind of person, but I don't know. I have gotten... I think, one, I don't trust CBS to actually steer Star Trek proper any longer. Not under its current leadership, that's for sure. But I also don't expect that... Star Trek works best when it is actually knowingly a utopia, and that it knows what it's doing with that. It kind of distills out all of the noise so that you can focus on the important stuff. Jen would probably have a huge discussion about that, but that's kind of my feeling, at least. And problem is that a lot of Trek lately... Already typing. Love you, Jen. Okay, we have... So, when the blue wire meets the purple wire and they like each other very, very much, they kiss. There's too much fluff on the end of that. Okay. That's as close as I think I can get that. And all my tools are now wrapped all around the solder. Looks pretty good. Yeah, I think I'll take that. Where are you taking it? Places beyond the realm of human understanding. Alright, one splice. I hate splicing thermistors. I hate it. There we go. That doesn't look like it sucks too badly. This is your fault, E3D. I'm blaming this all on you. Okay, what hit the floor that time? It sounded like a pair of tweezers, but I cannot find them. Well, shoot. If you hear me yelp later, that's probably me finding the tweezers that I dropped. So Jen says Star Trek should be a show where the best of humanity meets currently flawed humans as aliens, helps us with what we're missing, and moves on. Doesn't need a future. I don't need a future humanity to be a problem. And she is tired of grimdark Trek, and I am also kind of tired of grimdark Trek. We already had DS9. DS9 was plenty grimdark Trek. It was perfect for its era. Well, I wouldn't say perfect, but it was definitely of its era. And it certainly was the thing. Get out of the way, you... Stop poking your head in like a cat. Get out of the way. Yeah, I'm feeling like I need to just take a break from Trek, and I feel like Trek needs to take a break too, quite frankly. I think that Trek needs to go to sleep for a while, and later it'll come back when we need it. It'll be there when we need it. Right now, I don't think that we need it. Did the piece of heat shrink fall off of that? Yes. Okay, so we need to find where the heat shrink went. Okay, there it is. Can't have that running away from us. We need that too. I have to do the setup all over again now. Yeah, Strange New Worlds is, when it's good, it's really good. But it's really inconsistent, and that's one of its greatest problems, is that it's just a really inconsistent show. And I feel like that's one of its greatest flaws, is like, the good episodes are really good, but when you're having the bad episodes, oh man, they're not great. They're not great at all. Like, okay, I get it. You're trying to make the Vulcans funny. Ha ha ha. If you wanted to make funny Trek, we had a show for that. You canceled it, you dinguses. Although I do have to admit that I have a feeling Strange New Lower Decks would have gotten old past the next if it were to continue another season. I could be wrong about that. Oh no, that is turning into a fiasco. Oh, that's ugly. Oh no. Why are there only 3 conductors on this side? Ah, jeez. Great. Just great. Okay, yeah, that looks fairly solid. Ugly, but no one's gonna be able to tell once I put the heat shrink over it. Once the heat shrink is over, no one can tell. It looks fine. It's fine. There we go. I hate making splices. I hate making splices in a hot end. I hate it. I hate it. It works, but I hate it. Okay, now the worst thing that could happen at this point would be I would need to shorten it because there's just too much line now. But I think that's going to be a problem for a future me. As long as it doesn't get too much in the way, it should be okay. Yeah, there's quite a bit of line on that thermistor, but I think it'll be fine. I just need to get those lines into there. And then we're almost done. Because one problem that we're going to have, and I think this is actually a problem for when it goes back in the machine, is... Right, actually I wanted to check that. Let's check that. We'll turn off the soldering. What time is it? It's 5, so I'm on borrowed time now. I need to finish up and get my evening started. But let's check one thing. I wanted to look at this Voron tap and see if it was actually a version 1 or version 2, because that's going to affect how I wire it. And there we go. It's a version 1. That does not surprise me in the slightest, because that means it has 5 volts. Well, that would explain why I got it so cheap. Okay, well, if it's a 5-volt one, we'll have to use my alternate plan. Now, there's a few different ways that you can wire that. The way I'm thinking is I might try to take over these lines here in this connector. These are for the limit switch, but I actually don't want to put the limit switch on there. I'd rather just use sensorless if I can get away with it. I'm not sure if I'll be able to, and if I can't, then we're going to have to jury rig a splitter here as well, and that's going to be really fun. But I think we can get away with it. Okay. I need a tiny little flathead. I'm pretty sure that what I dropped earlier now was, in fact, a tweezers, because I cannot find one of my tweezers now. Out of the way. Really, you really are like a cat, you know that? Just getting your nose into everything. Not exactly fond of using ferrules and a screw terminal here either. LDO probably has the reasons for it. It probably is a little bit electrically safer, but the little Molex microfit connectors felt so much nicer. And I wouldn't have had to do a frickin' splice. I wouldn't have had to do that. Can I get that a little bit further in? Nope, that is bottomed out. Okay, cool. Let's tighten that down too. All right. So, about the Voron tap, I think I'm going to try to take over here, because there's 5 volts here, and I should be able to reprogram it to use one of these lines. Now, if that doesn't work, there is actually another data line way the heck under here. And I can try mounting another pin header, probably a tour, another XH maybe, down there, and try mounting it through there so I can get that line. But this is already going to be an not normal config. But okay, we have a good portion up, and guess what happened? The tape failed. So it's all over the place now. Who would have guessed that this ad hoc insufficient plan wouldn't have worked? Nope. There it is. More tape. We'll just put more tape on it. Maybe I'll get lucky this time and it'll work. And then I really, really need to get my evening started. Why doesn't it autofocus? That's because it doesn't autofocus. It never autofocused. You think I'm fancy enough to afford autofocus? Get out of here, you're silly. There we go. Okay. It's a hot end now. Let's move that out of the way. You can see that the hot end is actually where it is. Go back to the bench cam. Someday I should set up a macro to just hit a button and have it switch, because I have a macro pad up here that I originally got for this purpose, but there you go. That is the whole hot end assembly all put back together. Now with a Nighthawk, and we just need to figure out what we're going to do to get this Voron tap to work next. So that leaves one. Oh, we have to also run the umbilical. That's going to be another task. So we're getting there. This was hopefully the fiddliest part of it. Okay. I am going to call that good. Thank you all for joining me. I will see you all next time. Bye.